Author Jason William Mitchiner Galbraith, greatest author of my generation, GAOMG. Want to go over everything that I found when I was told on my maternal side, my lineage of Galbraith, an unbroken chain of father to son, of lineage that goes on for centuries to the inception of Galbraith on Isle Galbraith, Inc. Galbraith on Loch Lomond. Isn't good enough to get all of my ancestral castles, titles, and lands because it comes from my maternal side. So then I looked at my paternal side, and all on my paternal side, Robert the Bruce, King of the Scots, came up from my paternal side in this very rare connection that I have with him, with my DNA here. And that, this is such a rare connection here. There's only 4,000 out of 6 million people that have that connection. And you can break it down to, from my lineage, way closer to that there's only 112 people that have my lineage to Robert the Bruce, King of the Scots, on my paternal ancestry. And there's different ways, different paths to Robert the Bruce. It's not just a Clackmannan path that everybody can see from the University of Strathclyde that they have. There's a lot of different paths, and mine is definitely one of them. And they can all see, the DNA that I have, and that there's only 100 people in all of Family Tree DNA. That's over 6 million users. And when you look at that with 8.1 billion people in the world, the amount of people that it's so minute, and it's so incredible that I have that. So when I found out that I have that, I wrote to the professor at the University of Strathclyde about my findings, and to bring out a new title in the 21st century. And this is what I wrote, is that I wrote here that, however, I do see Lord Lion, King of Arms, on YouTube discussing that people of Scottish ancestry that make a substantial contribution to Scottish life may petition him for certain honors. So there's no Scottish warrior honor in Scotland. There may never be. However, my Galbraith ancestors were called war heroes of the Revolutionary War, even though that they lost, and the Bruce was called a warrior. All that I have overcome, defeating stage 4 cancer and winning my MMA fight, defeating AFib and running in the LA Marathon with my ancestral Galbraith kilt, with my 10th book, second trilogy, all about my Scottish heritage, and rising up as an orphan to become a successful businessman and defeating Rupert Murdoch for $1.47 million for everyone fired by him during COVID. Very Robin Hood-like. May this qualify me with a new honor, Scottish warrior, created in the 21st century for all displaced Scottish descendants in USA, Canada, Australia, and elsewhere. Could a new honor like this ever be created? And he got back to me and said, no, an honor like that will never be created in Scotland. So then I contacted the UK Honors Secretariat, and they said that they don't handle like those kind of honors, and they suggested that I reach out to the Order of the Thistle in Scotland, which is the highest honor you can get in Scotland, and then also reach out to Scottish Parliament. So that's what I did. And then I reached out to the Order of the Thistle, and this is what they said, is that the Order of the Thistle are personal gift of the king, and that it's an honor that would be bestowed, but not in the manner that you suggest. I suggest that you contact Scottish Parliament. So that's what I did. And I contacted Scottish Parliament here, Scottish Parliament, and I said, I'm trying to reach the chief executive in the first instance of the Scottish Parliament. I'm trying to see if a new Scottish warrior honor can be created. I contacted Lord Lion, blah, 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 all that type of stuff. So they said, thank you at the Scottish Parliament, but at our level, we don't handle something that we could take that forward in Scottish Parliament. But you can reach out to your local member of Parliament to get the Scottish Warrior honor created and moving forward. So then, when I looked at who my local, you know, person in Parliament is, it's reached out to, it's Rishi Sunak, and Rishi Sunak is or was the Prime Minister of the UK, and he just got defeated and resigned. So my contact here with Rishi Sunak, and he said that he'd like to include me in all of his emails and newsletters going forward. But I think I'm going to have to start again from, the very beginning, whoever the new prime minister is, because, it's not going to be Rishi Sunak. So that starts over. And then this is Lord Lion, King of Arms. And you can see him on YouTube. And this is exactly where I got the idea to petition for, a new title for all displaced Scots like myself that have excelled in arts and athletics. And this is what he said.
State legal system. As Lord Lion, I have the authority to grant arms, and that's given to me by the sovereign herself. The office is ancient and goes back into the Celtic period of Scottish history.
Listen to that accent.
But today, in this century,
yes,
and in the relevancy of our own time,
21st century,
I'm the head of the heraldic authority in Scotland.
Greatest author of my generation.
To grant arms and design them, and to record them into the public register of all arms and bearings of Scotland, which, by the way, in 2022 is 350 years old. So watch for the programme to celebrate that event. The process of granting arms starts with the lodging of a petition. Its validity is checked by the Lion Clerk, who's one of the officers to my court. And once all this sorted out, and it seemed to be in order, it's passed to me as Lion to see if I'm satisfied that the petitioner falls under my jurisdiction. In general terms, and this is not an exhaustive list, jurisdiction is established by obtaining an answer yes to the following questions.
Okay, let's see if I get
yes.
Is
the petitioner of Scottish birth? Is this petitioner of Scottish parentage or ancestry?
Yes.
Is the petitioner a resident in Scotland?
Get my castle.
Does the petitioner make a substantial contribution to Scottish life?
My books.
Once jurisdiction is
Scottish heritage
by a Lion, then another question must be answered. A question that's contained within the statutes that govern us. The question is, namely, is the petitioner a virtuous and well-deserving person? All
right. That's a little subjective. Some people could say, I'm very aggressive. I'm going after my castle and all of that type of stuff. I can live with failing for my dreams. I can't live with my dreams that I failed to try. If I know I have an ancestral castle from Clan Galbraith, I'm going to do everything I can to go after and storm my castle and acquire my castle. If there's any titles and lands, my island in Galbraith and Loch Lomond, I'm going to go after everything. And as far as this, the petitioner, is he virtuous and a well-deserving person? Now that's all like subjective and stuff, but when I look at like everything that I've done and, for Scotland and stuff, it's like, okay, I wrote this book right here, A Fallen King, and that book is all about the biggest #1 pirate ever from Scotland, Captain Kidd. And then this is me enlisting after 9/11. This is 9/11 right on the shore on Sandy Hook, New Jersey, as I watched that. And I knew when I saw that, it wasn't a matter of if I'm going to enlist, it's a matter of when will I enlist. You know, when I saw all those innocent people die, and I don't care like what their nationality, religion, or race or anything. These were innocent people, and that their lives were, all their happiness was taken from them, and all their families' happiness, everybody they connected to, was taken from them. And they're like evil people, I will go after, and I want to destroy any evil people that want to take away innocent people's happiness. My happiness was taken away as a child, and I had no control over that. And I never want somebody else to ever feel that way. You know, that's disgusting. And so I knew I was going to enlist. And I was turned down 3 times. I wanted only to go for special operations, Navy SEALs for the Navy. And then for the Air Force, I was going for combat controller, TSAP, special operations, combat controller that gets broken off with other like SEAL teams, special forces, and stuff like that to bring in air support. But again, cancer, kept me from all of those type of things. So those type of things that I've done and the books that I've written about Scotland, and my 10th book, tying it all together with my first trilogy, I feel like that's a pretty substantial contribution. Trying to, fight and kill all the bad guys that killed all these innocent people, all the terrorists that did all these evil things. I feel like that's a pretty, makes me like a okay person that maybe Lord Lyons can say, hey, maybe he's an okay person. So this is what I'm going for when I go to Scotland, is bringing my 10th book, second trilogy, and breaking the hearts of everybody in Scotland, and contributing substantially to the literature, culture of Scotland. And, with everything that I've done over 20 years, that hopefully Lord Lion, King of Arms, the Order of the Thistle, the Scottish Parliament, everything like that, will look at me and, see that this new title, Scottish Warrior, I have the ancestry, and I've done all the actions, and that I'm deserving of this. And this isn't my name. My last name is Bruce, and will be changed to that after I go to Scotland and bring my 10th book, second trilogy. And I'm excited for all of that. And this is when I try to join the LAPD after the military rejected me for cancer. Is I figured the LAPD can't do that. But they rejected me. It's kind of funny. Hold on. One, they do like the polygraph, and they couldn't get like a good reading on me because I don't really like relax. They keep telling me to relax, and my spikes are all over the place, which is pretty funny. But this was just like when you apply, you get like this huge packet, and I don't know, there's so much good stuff, but I'll just read you this. Thank you for applying to the position for police officer with the city of Los Angeles. Our investigation identified concerns related to the following background: that you have interpersonal skills, lack with sensitivity, respect for others, lack of maturity and discipline, and employment and driving records are questionable. I can't control Rupert Murdoch firing everybody during the pandemic. I can't control winning $1.47 million for everybody that he fired and giving it back like Robin Hood. There's like certain things with driving and stuff like that. I haven't had any tickets in a while. I don't drive usually. I just Uber everywhere. Anyway, we'll see what Scotland does when I go there. Scottish Warrior, bro. Cheers.